Dear learners, we have been learning about different parts of speech in the previous episodes. If you haven't watched those episodes, please watch them first to get the connectivity of the series of study. You are also requested to watch the introductory video. The first episode was on sentence. The second one is about noun. The third one is about pronoun. The fourth one is about adjective. The fifth one is about verb. The sixth episode is about adverb. The seventh one is about preposition. Today, in this eighth episode, we shall learn about the conjunction. A conjunction is a part of speech that is used to connect words, phrases, clauses, or sentences. The word conjunction is the noun form of the verb conjoin. It means join together or combine together. Conjunctions help to form complex, elegant sentences and avoid the choppiness of multiple short sentences. Conjunctions are for connecting thoughts, actions, and ideas as well as nouns, clauses, and other parts of speech. For example, Kavita went to market and bought vegetables. Here, the conjunction and is connecting two actions, went and bought. Conjunctions are useful for making lists. For example, Kavita bought cabbage, brinjal, cauliflower, and potato. Here, the conjunction and is connecting four nouns: cabbage, brinjal, cauliflower, and potato. Conjunctions have three basic formats. Single word, for example, and, but, because, although, etc. Compound form. Often compound forms end with as or that. For example, provided that, as long as, in order that. Correlative form. They surround other parts of speech such as nouns, adjectives, verbs, or adverbs. For example, so that, so important that, not only but also, not only brilliant but also active, both and, both the girl and the boy, etc. There are mainly four kinds of conjunctions: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and adverbial conjunctions. Let us discuss first coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions join or coordinate two or more items such as words, phrases, or clauses of grammatically equal syntactic importance. In other words, it joins a noun with another noun, an adjective with another adjective, a phrase with another phrase, or a clause with another clause of the same category. There are 7 coordinating conjunctions: and, but, or, so, yet, for, and nor. To remember these 7 conjunctions, a mnemonic has been made in this manner. It is made as fanboys. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. The 3 most commonly used coordinating conjunctions are and, or, and but. Let us use these 3 conjunctions in the following examples. And, joining one noun with another noun. For example, he eats apples and grass. Here, the conjunction and coordinates the nouns apples and grass, joining one verb with another verb. She will sing and dance. Here, and joins 2 verbs, sing and dance. Or, joining an independent clause with another independent clause. He will win the race or he will give up quickly. Here, the conjunction or joins the clauses he will win the race and he will give up quickly. She must be able to sing like a rock star or dance like a bar girl. Here, the conjunction or joins two phrases to sing like a rock star and dance like a bar girl. The manager, his deputy, or his secretary will see you shortly. Here, the coordinating conjunction or joins three nouns manager, deputy, and secretary. But joining one adjective with another adjective. Ned is fast but unmotivated horse. Here, the conjunction but conjoins the adjectives fast and unmotivated. He typed the letter quickly but accurately. Here, but joins two adverbs quickly and accurately. So, the conjunction so generally connects two independent clauses. It means therefore. For example, I don't feel hungry, so I would like to have a glass of milk. Here, so connects two independent clauses I don't feel hungry and I would like to have a glass of milk. Sometimes, so connects a clause with phrases having the meaning of as well or in addition. For example, Manohar is an energetic boy. So are his brother and sister. Here, so is connecting the clause Manohar is an energetic boy with the phrase are his brother and sister. Yet, the word yet functions with different meanings such as in addition, even, still, eventually, etc. The TV is used with a louder voice, yet it became another cause of trouble. Here, yet is having the meaning of in addition. Her advice seems strange, yet I believe she is right. Here, yet is having the meaning of still. He flushed joyfully, yet with painful stress. Here, yet means even. Remember that yet acts as an adverb also. For example, Simon hasn't called me yet, but I am expecting to hear from him any minute. Here, yet is not a conjunction, it is an adverb of the verb called. The conjunction is but. Nor. For example, you should not stand here, nor should you disturb others. I did not ask him for any help, nor did I request for any advice. The virus cannot live in immunized individuals, nor in nature. The coordinating conjunction nor is used very rarely. It generally stands as the pair with neither. For. The word for is most often used as a preposition, but it serves as a coordinating conjunction also. It is used in place of because or since. For example, I told her to leave for I was very tired. The team wanted to sit under the shade of a tree for it had been a very tiresome journey. In these sentences, for is connecting two clauses. Remember that in the episode of preposition we have learned that the word for is a preposition if it is followed by a noun or pronoun. For example, I brought some sweets for the children. She purchased a gift for him. In these sentences, for is acting as preposition followed by children and him respectively. Now, let us see what the punctuation rules for coordinating conjunctions are. If a coordinating conjunction connects only two words or phrases, there is no comma used. For example, my friend Hamid is very humble and simple. Here the conjunction and is connecting two nouns, humble and simple. So no comma is needed. Does your brother work in a factory or office? Here the conjunction or is joining two nouns, factory and office. Hence no comma is used. If a coordinating conjunction joins more than two items, a comma is used after each word. For example, we use rice, wheat, jar, and oats as food grains. Amos can play drum, congo, triple, or tabla at a time. Here you see commas after each word except the words before and after the conjunctions and or. When the conjunctions and, or, but, so, or yet joins one independent clause to another one, a comma is used before the conjunction. For example, my uncle gifted me a bicycle on my birthday and I love it. Fahim wanted to obtain a job in the film industry, but he couldn't achieve it. We can go to the ground by bicycle or we can go on foot. Ria got first position in the dance competition, so she is so excited. Mark is an expert in automobile mechanics, yet he is deputed in the front office. In all the examples, the conjunctions and, but, or, so, and yet are the joiners of two independent clauses. In these sentences, a comma is used after the first clause and then the conjunction followed by the second clause. However, if the conjunctions join two phrases in a sentence, no comma is used. For example, he did all these abuses and lost his reputation. Here the phrase did all these abuses is joined with lost his reputation, so no comma is needed. The parcel has been sent through courier but not reached here yet. Here, but joins the phrase has been sent through courier with not reached here yet, so no comma is needed. The second type of conjunctions are subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions join an independent clause and a dependent clause. In other words, subordinating conjunctions are used to link subordinate clauses to their main clauses. For example, you may be disappointed if you fail. Here, the subordinating conjunction if joins the subordinate clause you fail with the main clause you may be disappointed. If you don't try, you are doomed. Here, the conjunction if joins the subordinate clause you don't try with the main clause you are doomed. Mostly used subordinating conjunctions are after, although, as far as if, as long as soon as though, because, before, by the time, even if, even though, every time, if, in case, in the event that, in order that, just in case, now that, once, only if, provided that, rather than, since, so, so that, than, that, though, unless, until, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, whether, whether or not, while, why. We already have seen some of them as prepositions and other as adverbs in the previous episodes. But when they are joining two items in a sentence, they act as conjunctions. From the above mentioned list, some of the commonly used conjunctions are taken out and listed below as per their categories along with examples. The same action is repeatedly mentioned to know how it fits with different conjunctions under different conditions. Subordinating conjunctions, category, example. As, reason. As it is raining, I am staying in. Because, reason. I am staying in because it is raining. In order that, reason. In order that I don't miss the postman, I am staying in. Since, reason. Since you are going out, I am staying in. So that, reason. I am staying in so that I don't miss the postman. Although, concession and comparison. I am staying in although I would rather go out. as, concession and comparison. I am staying in as you should, even though, concession and comparison. I am staying in even though the sun is out, just as, concession and comparison. I am staying in just as you should, though, concession and comparison. I am staying in though I wish I weren't, whereas, concession and comparison. I am staying in whereas you are going out, while, concession and comparison. I am staying in while you are going out. Even if, condition. Even if it rains, I am going out. If, condition. If it rains, I am staying in case, condition. I am staying in case it rains. Provided that, condition. Provided that it doesn't rain, I am going out. Unless, condition. I am going out unless it rains. Where, place. I fish where the waves start to form. Wherever, place. I will live wherever the weather is good. After, time. I am going out after the football match is over. As soon as, time. I am going out as soon as the football match is over. As long as, time. I am staying out as long as the weather stays good. Before, time. I am going out before the rain starts. Once, time. I am going out once the football has finished. Till, time. I am staying out till the weather turns bad. Until, time. I am staying out until the weather turns bad. When, time. I am going out when the weather improves. Whenever, time. I am going out whenever the weather is good. While, time. I will stay out while the weather is good. Punctuation rule for subordinating conjunctions. If the subordinate or dependent clause is written before the main or independent clause, a comma is put after the subordinate clause. If a dependent clause is written after the independent clause, no comma is required. Let me explain with examples. When I found him on the road, he seemed to be very tensed. Here, he seemed to be very tensed is the main clause, and I found him on the road is the subordinate clause. When is the conjunction. Comma is required after the subordinate clause as per rule. However, you can reverse the order of the same sentence can be written in this way without any comma. He seemed to be very tensed when I found him on the road. Another example. Unless all the dues are paid, you will not be given the admit card. You will not be given admit card unless all the dues are paid. Both the sentences are correct. However, there is a comma between two clauses in the first sentence because the dependent clause is written before the independent clause. The next type of conjunctions are correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions are used in pairs to link equivalent elements in a sentence. They work in pairs to join words, phrases, or clauses of equal weight in a sentence. Here are some different pairs of correlative conjunctions. Either or, not only but also, neither nor, both and, whether or, just as so, the, as much as, no sooner than, rather than, not but rather. Let us learn about them with examples. Joining words as nouns. He likes not only pies but also cakes. Here, the first part of the conjunction not only is associated with the noun pies, and the second part but also is linked with the noun cakes. Joining words as verbs. He will either sell his car or pawn his watch. Here, either is linked with the verb sell and or is linked with the verb pawn. Joining phrases. All of these clothes are either too small or worn out. Here, either is connected with the phrase too small and or is linked with the worn out. Joining clauses. Either Monica will bring drinks or she will bring brownies. Here, either is associated with the clause Monica will bring drinks and or is associated with the clause she will bring brownies. Let us see an example each for different correlative conjunctions. Neither the girls of this class nor the boys are doing well. Both the junior team and the senior team are taking participation in the tournament. You must decide whether you stay or you go. Just as many Americans love basketball, so many Canadians love ice hockey. The more you practice dribbling, the better you will be at it. Football is as fast as hockey is. Football is as much an addiction as it is a sport. I would rather swim than surf. Punctuation rules for correlation conjunctions. Generally, no commas are used in correlative conjunctions. However, in some rare cases, it is used to make the subject matter of the sentence more meaningfully. Finally, let us learn about adverbial conjunctions. It is generally known as conjunctive adverbs. A conjunctive adverb is used to join two independent clauses, making a compound sentence. They show sequence, contrast, cause, and effect, and other relationships. They can combine, compare, contrast, emphasize, summarize, illustrate, and concede that the reader already knows an idea. Conjunctive adverbs are also known as transitional phrases because they act like a bridge from one idea to the next idea. There are both single word conjunctions and compound conjunctions. The following are some commonly used single word conjunctive adverbs: accordingly, additionally, again, almost, also, anyway, besides, certainly, comparatively, consequently, contrarily, conversely, elsewhere, equally, eventually, finally, further, furthermore, hence, henceforth, however, incidentally, indeed, instead, likewise, meanwhile, moreover, next, nevertheless, nonetheless, otherwise, similarly, so, specifically, still, subsequently, then, therefore, thus. Here are some conjunctive adverbs as phrases: as a result, as a consequence, for example, in addition, in fact, on the contrary, on the other hand, that is. Conjunctive adverbs provide a transition to the previous sentence or previous clause. Let us understand them with these illustrations. I understand you, however, I don't agree with you. Here, the conjunctive adverb, however, provides a transition to the previous sentence, I understand you. He makes me laugh, therefore he can stay. Here, the conjunctive adverb therefore provides a transition to the previous clause, he makes me laugh. Conjunctive adverbs can also be used in the middle of a sentence as a parenthetical expression. For example, I know Jessie can, in fact, sing very well. Here, the conjunctive adverb in fact joins two ideas of the same sentence, not two clauses. Let us select some of the listed conjunctive adverbs and apply them in different sentences. The words given in red ink are the conjunctive adverbs. Your dog got into my yard. In addition, he dug up my plants. My car EMIs are high. On the other hand, I really enjoy driving such a nice vehicle. The instructor's English is poor. Consequently, they all failed the exam. Rohit did not study, hence he failed the test. You can go when the work is over, otherwise you will miss the party. You start cooking the steaks. Meanwhile, I will make the dessert. She got 20 presents for her birthday. Nevertheless, she was not happy. I am sorry, you can't go to the park today. Besides, the weather forecast calls for rain. The dance finished early. Finally, we could get something to eat. It is very hard to learn to swim. Of course, it will be worth it in the end. Punctuation rules for conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs link two independent clauses. It is compulsory that if you link two independent clauses with a conjunctive adverb, a semicolon is to be put after the first clause, then the conjunction with a comma after it. Look at the first example we have seen earlier. He makes me laugh, therefore he can stay. After the first clause, he makes me laugh, there is a semicolon. Then, after therefore, a comma is put. Then the second clause, he can stay. It is also correct to use as period or full stop in place of semicolon after the first clause. Look at the same sentence in this way. He makes me laugh, therefore he can stay. By writing this manner, the meaning doesn't change. In modern English, people use the punctuation in this manner also. He makes me laugh. He, however, can stay. He makes me laugh. He can stay, however.